Recording button. Double tap to activate.
Okay, you're done? Hello there. It's been a bit since I did a long-form video. So, I am here to talk about an idea that I had. An idea involving the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. A fan interpretation of mine, an AU of sorts. A discussion about entities that one would consider to be opposite, antithesis of the end itself. I call it the endless, and these entities are its emanations. You could consider these as the Sonic universe's equivalent of the Kabbalistic Tree of Life and the Sephiroth, and the endless as the Ein Sof, whatever. And just in case the automatic captions are unable to understand what I am talking about due to my way of speaking, I will spell out each unfamiliar term. The Sephiroth is spelled as S-E-R, I think, if I am recalling correctly, I-F-O-T, and Ein Sof is spelled E-I-N-S-O-F. Anyways, what are these entities, these emanations? So how about I tell you a bit of a story of creation. Before anything, there was nothing. And before nothing, there was everything. There was that vast infinitude of endless possibility, of unbound energy, of ultimate power, that of the endless. Eventually, the endless contracted and made space for there to be nothing. And in the void, from the contraction, came about 7 emanations. The face, representation, the image, the very appearance of the endless itself, embodying the element of light itself. The most common form that it took when embodied in physicality is that of a gigantuan humanoid head glowing white like a star. Then there is the voice, representing the power of utterance to speak into the void and have words that our thoughts manifested into reality. It embodies the power, the element of fire. Its form, that of a tongue made of red fire, with serpentine movement. Then there is the hand, representing the ability to act, to shape, to mold, to create, to form. It is associated with the element of lightning, of power, of the sun. Some circles may associate it with. Its form, that of a colossal golden hand, glowing as bright as the sun itself. The heart of the Endless represents the core being, the inherent properties of the Endless, that of emotion. It is associated with the element of earth. Its form, that of a glowing green comet, in the shape of a heart. Not the shape, but the organ. Then there is the blood. It represents life force itself that is spread throughout the cosmos. And like how life and like an ocean, life is ever present. It may rise and may fall, but the pendulum always swings back the other way. And the blood is represented by the element of water. It is associated with the element of water. And its form is that of a swirling, shifting, ever-moving orb of blue light, moving like water. The breath, embodying the power of choice, of will, that of knowledge, in the choice to use it how one wishes. It is associated with the element of wind. Its form that of a deep blue twister. And then, finally, there was the ghost, representing the power of perception, of knowledge, of insight. Associated with the element of darkness and shadow, that which conceals, that which is hidden, that which is unknown. Its form that of a gargantuan magenta eye. Then, there were the first 7 stars, whom after each of their deaths, each of the emanations took their core and forged them into powerful artifacts to channel the combined power of the Endless itself. They are sigils, symbols, artifacts. The creation of these artifacts set a precedent that there shall be more powerful objects to follow. But as the universe aged, as life began to rise, all would not be idyllic. For the ghost, being the lowest and the last emanation, is closest to the void, to that agent of entropy itself. That old enemy, that ancient adversary, which sees life and existence as inherently chaotic, and that order is found through death, through darkness, through the cold, through emptiness, not substance. The ghost grew ambitious, for it was twisted and corrupted. It grew prideful, arrogant, and it wished to make reality in its own image. Unlike that agent of entropy that is the end itself, it did not wish to destroy reality, just bend it to its will. That is what the ghost wanted. So, within a newly created solar system, the ghost ambushed the heart, causing it to crash into the surface of a newly formed planet. And this act broke the heart, this betrayal. and thus the heart became one with the planet, and a piece of it was made into one of the most powerful artifacts ever. This attack would not have been successful if the ghost was able to be known. The ghost plan able to be known. For if his intentions were known, then the heart would have been able to defeat it. Due to this betrayal, the face, knowing what has happened, sent the hand to confront the ghost. Though the hand was strong, the ghost was crafty, but ultimately, cleverness was not able to win out. And, like the heart, the ghost was sent careening into the planet, causing a chunk and pieces of it to fly out into outer space before eventually coalescing into the moon itself. As for the ghost, its form was broken, and it became one with the shadows, leaving only pieces of it to be formed into artifacts of darkness, one of which being that which is able to twist the world and perception, to twist the mind and create illusion. The hand, though victorious, it was severely injured, and also knowing that since they are embodiments of cosmic concepts, they are unable to be truly killed. Therefore, the ghost, though not able to be physically present, is still able to twist the minds of the eventual life forms that shall pop up. And knowing the fact that since they are emanations of the endless itself, knowing that they are truly Platonic in nature, the hand decided to merge itself with the sun. The face, knowing that now 3 of the emanations are no longer physically active in the universe, sent forth the blood to gather the miracle gems and store them in one place across the universe from this planet. The face then had the breath go to the planet and become one with its atmosphere. The face then decided to take a more active role to prevent the machinations of the ghost. For where the ghost shall turn those to darkness, the face shall be a beacon of light to guide them. As the Lord Endless. But he will need messengers. Those he can send to interact with mortals. And thus he had the voice split itself into numerous parts, becoming countless celestial beings, messengers, malach. In other words, angels. Eventually, the blood gathered all 7 miracle gems and decided to rest, finally rest, becoming one with a lone planet on the other end of the cosmos. Eventually, life will evolve and carry its essence in them. Though with the endless not being as direct in the universe now, it led that agent of entropy to roam unchecked. And eventually the planet that the blood became one with was destroyed, yet this cosmic diaspora did not end it. For remember, they are Platonic, and the blood survived in its people, and those miracle gems led them to the rest of the endless. They were finally all in one place. Thus is the tale of the 7 emanations of the endless. Farewell. And I hope you enjoy this idea that I have conjured. If you enjoyed, tell me your thoughts down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you wish, so you can hear more about my crazy ideas and this more authentic way of video production, even if low effort, due to lack of skill in video editing. Goodbye.
Stop recording.